All right, Grand Awakening. Let me share this with y'all. You see the title. See the title. Attach this audio right quick. Shout out to Fighthype, the source of today's topic.
And we created the Freedom Belt, and I'm very proud and happy about it. Now it's going to be a yearly celebration, so we can look back and remember the happenings, to remind what we have to do to make sure that human equality and dignity always prevails. It's a fight between two boxers that can punch. Montiel with 22 wins, all by.
Here's Mauricio speaking on his Freedom Belt that he created in honor of Juneteenth and talking about human equality and stuff. Although, my opinion, he doesn't show equality in his own sanctioning body, but we're going to continue.
Knockout proves that it can be explosive.
All right, Mauricio, I'm going to get right to it, man, because I have a lot of questions for you, being the.
Now, this is where the heat about to get cranked up. Shout out to Fighthype for this. Watch the questions. This is how you interview Mauricio. Anybody out there who got a media platform, you're doing your thing, cool. Hold on, let me double check. All right, we good. You're doing your thing, cool, but this is what you need to do. Ask questions like this.
President of the WBC, and probably one of the hottest topics a lot of people have been trying to talk to you about is just the franchise belt in general. And what do you say to the people that may say bringing in new belts, the franchise belt, may devalue the WBC belt itself? What do you say to those people?
Well, I just say every time there's a new concept, a new rule, a new creation, there's resistance. It's human nature. We like to resist change. I'm very happy and proud of the franchise designation because it has created, in just immediate terms, great activity in super middleweight with Canelo, who came from middle to super middle to light heavyweight. In the lightweight, he created a great tournament. Unfortunately, some things have happened with Ryan Garcia not being able to continue for now.
Yeah, Ryan suck it out. You know what I mean? He got depressed after he got knocked on his face by Luke Campbell, and he realized, you know what? It's a different level up here. And so he sat his ass back and basically messed up the tournament. Go ahead and continue, Mauricio.
Now the career, and now Teofimo with COVID-19. But the tournament at Seed was shaping has been very successful. And then in the Superfly, we're going to see Chocolatito and Estrada for the
That's
third
a good
time.
fight, yeah.
We're going to see Cuadras against Rumbisai. Between them four, they have fought 12 times, all great fights. So it's a matter, give us time, and you will see it is something for the good. It is intended for the good to bring the best fights possible.
Well, I would dispute.
All right. So he said it's about the better good and bringing about the best fights possible. Watch this.
That for the simple fact that let's be honest, Devin Haney was a mandatory to fight Lomachenko. Once Lomachenko got the franchise belt, we didn't see the fight happen. Canelo had a mandatory challenger in Jermall Charlo, and we didn't get that fight because Canelo got the franchise.
No. Now you want to interrupt. Let the man interview you. See, let me go back just a little bit. See, he's starting to get aggravated. He's starting to get, don't get mad. Just listen to all the questions and listen to his statements, Mauricio.
To fight Lomachenko. Once Lomachenko got the franchise belt, we didn't see the fight happen. Canelo had a mandatory challenger in Jermall Charlo, and we didn't get that fight because Canelo got the franchise
your
belt.
Personal opinion, and you are influencing the interview. It's good. You can have your opinion. I respect it, but you have to listen to what I'm saying. That's what the interview is all about.
I think he got mad right there. He started pointing at him. It is your opinion, and you must listen to what I am saying. Why you getting mad, bro? We just asking you questions. People got legitimate questions for your ass when it comes to this franchise trash, bro. Real talk. Don't get mad. when we applying heat because we just want to know, man. Life is about knowledge, information. Can you give us better information? Don't start pointing and saying we need to listen. We've been listening. Go ahead, fam.
About now, I'm going to respond what you're saying. Devin Haney, he has been in line. He has been a young fighter developing, and he has been taking the good steps forward. And he's involved in the mix of the lightweight division, as I was saying. Haney is 21, or he was 21. He was 20 when he became the WBC interim, then became the champion. He has made good fights. Now he defeated Linares. He's growing. You gotta give the process time in all aspects. Canelo, he at no time had the thing with Charlo or with anyone. The creation is to make the best fights.
He ran right there. See who got the Canelo? Let me go back, man. He's a slickster. He weaseled his ass out of that question with the Canelo shit. He got in trouble right there. Watch.
At no time had the thing with Charlo or with anyone. In all aspects.
He gonna stutter. Watch.
He at no time had the thing with Charlo or with anyone. The creation is to make the best fights.
But we wanted to see that fight happen. Charlo against
so
Canelo.
Many fights we all want to see. So many fights. I want to see.
Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. Basically, in so many words. Not too bad. You're not gonna get the fight. You're never gonna get the fight, man. It sounds familiar, don't it?
Crawford Spence. I want to see. I'm a fan, but I'm also in the.
Now he done brought up two people in two different sanctioning bodies. You done, bruh. You done. I mean, we can go further. Let me see what's cracking in the chat, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah, it's me again. His face already looking like he lying. We are live, UGC. What's cracking? It's your boy BHP. Sulaiman is a lame, says Iron Cone. Notice how only recently he started using the narrative Haney as a child. He's talking about growth and when did you start raising people? What is you talking about, bro? He's developing. What is we talking about, bro? That man ran like hell when he started to get to the Canelo shit. Good work, Fighthype. Apply pressure right there. They applied pressure on him. This dude said nothing throughout the interview. In other words, more ways WBC can make money in these divisions. Basically said fights fall through every day. Hey, fights fall through every day, B. You know, shit like this happen every day, B. So, you know, all I do, man, I just want to share the information for these daily sources. This comes from Fighthype. You can go to their channel. The interview was done about a week ago, the night of the Jamal Charlo versus Juan Montiel fight, where Jamal Charlo was successful. But in all seriousness, it don't matter what event is going on. We still got questions about this franchise trash, bro. You're not off the hook, Mauricio. Everywhere you go, we gonna be applying pressure, bro. What's going on, bro? And we can continue, to be honest with you. We can continue. Shit, I got time. Good morning to you. I got time. You feel me? Go back.
WBC administration, so
I understand it's a business, sir.
no, it's not a business for us. We're doing the administration. It's a business for the promoter.
Oh, it ain't a business for you now. Okay, look at this. This is a body bag, bro. Let me go back.
The WBC administration, so
I understand it's a business, sir.
no, it's not a business for us. We're doing the administration. It's a business for the promoters. And unfortunately, some fights cannot be made when promoters.
See, it's just Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and Heyman and them. It's on them. It's business for them. We just doing our job. We've been straight up and down. No special effects, administrations. Get up out of here.
Are not we're working together. So that's a problem.
Okay, well, let's address the lightweight situation with, Devin Haney. I mean, he's got the WBC title, but
Yes.
we had an issue just because of the franchise belt itself. Teofimo beats Loma, who had the franchise belt, and it does create a dispute. Therefore, you can't really say Teofimo is an undisputed champion, can
If
you?
you were, of course.
How so?
Of course, how dare you tell me I can tell him I'm Mauricio? Let me go see who in here. Oh, somebody was in and out. All right, let me continue. Whoever came on, you can pop back in. This man got upset. You can't really call him undisputed, can you? Yeah, of course. What you who are you to tell me?
Teofimo is an undisputed champion, can you?
If you were, of course.
How so?
He defeated Lomachenko.
But isn't Devin Haney a champion as well?
It's a different structure. The WBC created the franchise designation. Teofimo Lopez is the franchise champion. Devin Haney is the WBC champion.
But that's where I bring in and present the idea that doesn't that devalue Devin Haney's title?
Not at all. Devin Haney is moving along, and he's making. And whenever he fights Lomachenko or Teofimo or Ryan, it's going to be a huge fight for him.
Yeah, okay. Fuck is this dude talking about, man?
This how he looking at you right now. He like, why are you bringing up old shit?
I'm like, where's Floyd Senior when you need it? Look, man, just knock this shit up, man. Just stop while you behind, man. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yo, man, this dude, man, he always coming up with some excuses. No, he is coming along. He be coming up with all types of shit. No. It is not your business.
Right. He got man. It's like you just need to listen. Okay. It is
You,
your
sir,
turn.
are a racist.
You want to get mad at the interviewer, man, just because we asking you. We just seriously, genuinely want to know what the hell is the significance of this franchise stuff, man. And this dude be running from these damn questions, man. Funny. So funny. But, everywhere he go, man, they should just pull up. Keep applying them questions, applying that heat.
Yeah, he be squirming out of that shit with some hot horse shit.
Hey, said he's stressed. Says he making Haney look bad. Man, we got Iron Kong and 1-2 Kid. What's good?
Man, I'm chilling here on my 24-hour lockdown, day 3. The kids already getting to me. It's rainy, and it might be a problem today. In case of Mauricio, though, since when is it Mauricio Sulaiman's job to be talking about fighters are young and we're gonna bring them through correctly and all this shit.
Developing, they gonna make money.
All that. That ain't his job. That ain't his job.
He turned into a promoter, man.
Exactly. There's no WBC Mauricio Sulaiman promotions. There's none of that. There's no franchise promotions. Right? That's not your job to be worrying about. I mean, was it his father was in charge when Mike Tyson was champ? Because Mike Tyson was a teenager or was it an early 20s type guy, right? And they didn't stop him. He wasn't too young. So Mauricio Sulaiman is lying as usual. This is all bullshit. I'm telling you, Devin Haney needs to throw that belt in the trash because they don't respect this guy. They don't respect Devin Haney. I don't know who's worse, the WBA or the WBC. I don't know who's worse.
Yeah, it's basically like a gimme belt that they can do whatever they want with. They can keep him in that position. You know what I mean? This dude, man, this dude's beyond fucked up.
Beyond it, bro. It's beyond me. I'm telling you, like, you know how Canelo face expression when they ask him about Andrade and shit? That's the face I had watching that interview. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo, he threw Spence and Bud out there like distractions and shit. I want to see Bud Crawford and Earl Spence.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
He threw two dudes in different sanctioning bodies, man. Look at this fight I went to see. I went to see Spence and Crawford. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? We talking about the WBC right now. in this franchise situation, in this so-called tournament, you saying that you got emotion, but we not getting these fights. You know,
He might turn into a Mike Tyson. As soon as they bring up tough questions, this motherfucker just starts throwing out random shit. Chewing gum. Man, I don't know.
You're racist. You know.
Bud, we coming for you.
That dude started talking about. That dude started pointing at him and shit. Like, you know, you're not listening. You know, you're trying to. This is your opinion and all of this shit.
That was low key. You ain't getting another interview. That's what that was.
That face expression right there.
For sure. Well, I just wanted you to clarify. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion at lightweight.
Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed. Devin Haney is the WBC champion.
So can people equate in the sense like the WBA has their super champion and a regular champion?
If you want to
franchise
like this, okay, but I don't
you think so?
He don't want to be compared to the WBA because, you know, they got their super belt, but he just making a comparison. So can we make it like the same thing? You got a super belt now. I don't know about the
WBA.
No, that comes with mandatory
franchise champions,
right?
Right. Like, you don't give it out for every division, right?
No. It's very limited. Right now, Canelo is not enforcing the franchise designation because he's
at 68, right?
At 68.
So he doesn't even have the franchise at 68, right? Because he was a franchise at 160, right?
No, but with the franchise, you can move up and down. So you can make the big fights and the fights against other champions without limitations. So at this moment, he's not using the franchise designation. He's unifying with all the champions. So it is not in the way. It's just a mean to make things happen.
Okay.
There you have it. I mean,
he just
make things happen.
He just cooked himself.
Yeah, it's a pass belt. That's what he's saying.
This motherfucker, man.
Hey, and what's the sense of having a fucking championship if you can't be undisputed with it? Like now, the WBC, you can't be undisputed with the WBC championship. So how many of these franchise championships is there? 2? What the fuck is you talking about? So I guess, hey guys, that means right that Taylor isn't undisputed because he don't have the WBC franchise
belt. Look at this shit, man.
The fuck kind of horse shit is this?
That's exactly what it is. Shout out to Ronald with the super sticker, man.
That man cooked himself. That man said Canelo ain't franchise because you know he unified out. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, he's saying the franchise for moving up and down, and you can do that anyway. You can move up and down if you want with other franchise, but what are you talking about? You don't need a franchise. People been doing that for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
It is very limited.
Canelo. As much as we say about Canelo's like, man, fuck that franchise shit. I want to be undisputed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the only way I can do that is to have an actual WBC belt, not no franchise belt, no none of that. So how how all of a sudden Teofimo is undisputed without and Canelo? So Canelo can be undisputed one way, and Teofimo is undisputed another way. Like
that's exactly what he's saying.
Right. That's stupid.
That don't make no fucking sense, man.
Hey yo, shout out to Canelo for saying that I want that WBC belt too.
Yep. He getting off that dumb shit with the franchise and went after the real shit. Even though the mandatory was whack, but still he went after the real belt.
Yeah, it was whack, no doubt about it. But Canelo was like, I don't want to be a franchise undisputed. I want to be undisputed. Please.
You don't want to tarnish his legacy.
Right. You don't want to go in there with some new made up shit that Mauricio don't even know how to explain. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make sense.
It's like when you bring a problem home to your parents from class, and you're like, "Hey, mom, dad, check this. I need help with this math homework," and your father gets mad at you for asking you for help. We should have listened in class then. Goddamn it!
You're supposed to know this. You're supposed to be teaching me. What's wrong with you, young generations? You little young bucks.
It's like a hall pass that you filled out yourself.
Oh,
that's these fucking certificates are that he's sending everybody. You're like, I'll make that shit up real quick. Just put a stamp on that shit.
He's like, I don't want to be compared to the WBA.
He got mad, bro.
You need to be compared because both of y'all are whack. Y'all got Tank out here who just beat Rocky Fielding for WBA belt, and now he's the champion. But Josh Taylor is also the champion. Hey man,
Yeah, Sneller be out there
listen,
saying
man.
that he fight for money, not legacy.
What?
Dude, he tried to
He
push the
said
heat
that?
on the promoters too, bro. I
Yeah,
was like,
Sneller
damn,
be.
this motherfucker.
You know, he said he took a deep breath in. You know what I mean? People couldn't breathe. That's probably why that Corona shit started. Because that motherfucker was
Man.
breathing up all the air.
Limited air out here. This motherfucker. Hey, I put the link in the live chat, y'all, to this whole interview for you to check it out on Fighthype. I'm telling you, man, I woke up early. I watched that video. I said, "What in the fuck?" I'm like, I'm gonna share this with the team. Let me see if y'all understand this shit. See if I'm tripping or not.
You ain't
Champ say Fortuna versus Diaz next week for the WBC interim lightweight title. Shaking my head. It continues. Yeah, Fortuna and Diaz next. Wait, is that this weekend? What's up, Mando? What's going on? Let's see if anything else that we missed from this dude. Let me see. Because, I mean, Mauricio is walking content. That man, he bodies himself. Like, he don't.
I appreciate you talking to me, and I know that the questions are a little pressing, but
I can answer any single question.
let me ask you this then, man, because so I went to graduate school in San Antonio, and my capstone project was a video about performance-enhancing drugs in boxing. Why did it take so long for the WBC to reinstate Franchise Cruz Zern after opponent Alejandro Jimenez tested positive in Texas after the fight? How come the
Uh-oh.
WBC dragged its feet in reinstating Cruz Zern?
We didn't drag any feet. We have to go through a process.
We didn't drag any feet. We have to go through the process.
Yo, he looked at
That
him. It was in
boy.
his eyes like, you son of a bitch.
Hey, I didn't know he's gonna pull that one out. I didn't even get that far in the interview. That man brought up the Alejandro
Shout out
Jimenez.
to Fighthype.
D-Sam, hold up.
If you kill someone right now in front of the cameras and you kill someone,
Was guilty. That's it.
but you go through a jury and you have through a process. You have to go through a process for the judicial system. In anti-doping, and we're clear, and you can check any other case where there has been doping, you go through the process. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to express your point of view. The champion.
That was a long ass pause right there.
Yeah, and he
Did y'all
failed to
catch that
mention
shit?
that you locked up in the meantime and in between time.
Hey, watch how he paused though.
To express your point of view. The champion Jimenez, she didn't kill anyone. She was found with an illegal substance.
Didn't kill anyone?
The boxing commission.
Can you?
She didn't die in the ring. What would you need a rush for?
So hold on. This lady had to commit a murder on tape. Bro, what?
What is going on? This man, she didn't kill anyone. No, but she would have PEDs running through her veins, beating on the wig of Franchise Cruz. You dossa?
Shout out to Sulaiman. He won't fold under questioning.
Hey, but you saw it. Hey, he set himself up for that. Remember? That motherfucker said, ask me anything. Okay. What about this Jimenez work?
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it was on them.
Turn the camera and you tell us the story. What was?
Oh, he mad now.
Oh,
You just turn the camera. You narrate, okay? You do it because you're not listening. Let me go back, bro. What the? He hot now. He hot, bro.
turn the blood clot camera on. You tell the story.
Look, you Bomber Clyde. I'm telling you. Hold on.
You tell the blasted story.
So
Hey, you see when you ask for the heat, then you gonna get mad when you get scorched. Look, man, get this work.
Champion Jimenez, she didn't kill anyone. She was found with an illegal substance.
Yeah, that the Texas
she-
Boxing Commission.
Can you, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
Hey.
it was on them.
Turn the camera and you tell us the story.
You tell the story, my friend.
Why you ask me if you don't allow me to? She was found with a illegal substance from a doping test. She had the opportunity to put her case forward. She had a negative test, then the positive, and then the negative test the next day. You have to go through a whole process. You present your case, and then there's an investigation. As simple as that. We've done with that with Povetkin, with every single doping case. So we don't drag anything around.
Okay, fair. Let me ask you this, because you were kind of left out of the loop when the whole situation with Dillian White happened. He tested
Let's get it.
positive. The doping agency over there and the commissions met, but they never informed you about that situation when it happened, right?
The UCAD sent a notification that there was a first finding. They took 6 months and then they cleared and dropped it out. During the 6 months of that investigation, we suspended the rights of Dylan White as interim champion.
But didn't you were left out of the loop in that and they were trying to really brush it under the table, man. Like it was shady.
I don't know. That's your perception. I cannot reach a conclusion like that. They hid all the information we had no access, but then they cleared it. So it's a matter that it's complicated.
This motherfucker.
Hey, Black, calm,
Yo.
chat. But Dylan White didn't murder nobody.
He didn't murder nobody, but he got his shit suspended immediately, though.
Yes.
This motherfucker is bodying himself.
Yes,
man.
You stepping in horse shit wherever you go.
Don't do no more interviews, Mauricio. This is a cookout for your ass.
Shout
man.
out to Fighthype, man.
Fighthype.
I'm bigging up Fighthype from here on in.
Hey, bro.
He ain't kissed no ass. He hit the hard-hitting questions. He wasn't pulling no punches. And that's the type of media we need out there, man. Shout out to Fighthype.
That was some good ass work. Hey, AI said this dude been waiting to catch Mauricio. Seemed like it. Like he was waiting around the corner, like, hey, homie. So, yeah, like I said, what's going on with this? Ask me anything. Okay.
Turn the camera around on yourself.
Jesus.
She didn't kill anybody on camera. Oh, we suspended him immediately. I'm like, yo, everything that he's saying is just like, that tells you. Yeah. Hey, man,
Marvelous
don't believe
said-
these articles, man. Believe your ice.
Telling you, man, gotta analyze this shit. Marvelous said WBC dropped 4 new belts since this live started. Probably doing it right now, stitching the shit. Did Loma win the WBC belt? Then they made it franchise. If so, then Haney won a vacant regular title, and Lopez is undisputed. Man, this dude compared a drug test to a murder, right? To a murder case. To a murder case. Unbelievable. Okay, we just got the Haney hate when Mauricio out his own mouth said to do the chant. Yeah, it was him staying quiet. I didn't pause shit. I had to go back. I didn't pause a damn thing. That man had to think about it. Yeah, that dude. I ain't never seen Mauricio get that upset.
Yo,
Bro.
he mad as fuck in that interview. That interview is gonna be banned from all of them.
Let me see how many views he got on that already. Let me check.
He gonna get banned. I don't know
And
who
I'm
this dude is, but he can't come back no more.
I'm gonna put the link in the live chat again so y'all can have it. Just watch the whole thing, man. Cause yeah, I don't know. Iron Cone might be right. They might try to take that shit down, bro. That's rough.
They might start doing interviewers like they do fighters. Like, yo, when you gonna let this interviewer get a shot?
There you go. That was crazy. What's up, Jed?
He ain't the
Solely a
mandatory
politician.
interview. He ain't a mandatory interview. We need a franchise interviewer in there. Ellie Setback is a franchise interviewer.
Fucking right. Reporting. what kind of he wouldn't even interview Mauricio right. It would be you have the best, the most greenest belt in the whole world. Like, nigga, you talking
Yeah,
about how
but
green this belt is? Get
I've
your
been
ass out of
hearing
here.
some interviews, man, and I'm like, damn, stop, get off this dude's nuts for a second and ask him a question.
Hey, James Tony called him straight. He said, "Stop jock strapping, dog." I was weak. Stop jock strapping, Ellie. Jock strapping. So yeah, man, stop jock strapping. This dude talking about perceptions and opinions. It's the World Boxing Council. It's supposed to be hard rules laid out, not perception.
Right.
But hey, as long as he gets a check, right? It's business for the promoters and them, not him. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
Has nothing to do with the business.
The dude was pissed off. I couldn't believe that, man. I had never seen his face like that. But yeah, that dude, Mauricio, hilarious though.
You should be praising the WBC for having the
Clean boxing program. Yeah.
Nobody does it. Some boxing commissions are doing it, which is great. Nobody cares, and we spend a lot of money in the clean boxing program. And we are the first to institute doping in 1975. And then we changed from 15 to 12 rounds. We changed the weigh-in a day before. There's many things that you guys don't talk about.
So where do you think the fight against doping is right now? Do you think that
It is always going to be one step behind.
right?
The more tests that are done is the better. Doping is an industry. You can see in the Olympics, they are one step ahead of the control. I believe boxing is not a dirty sport, but we have to be as aggressive as possible in anything that has to do with doping.
So when a fighter tests positive, you have to put your foot down and put a suspension and put a punishment.
Consistently, but you have to give the due process to anyone who is presumably guilty. They have the right to clear and put their case forward and analyze it. We're not going to take
Unless you're dealing white.
Unless you're Dillian White, that's right.
So
And
we,
he's
you
making
know,
changes, and he's changing the pentograms for clenbuterol, and
dog.
you know what I mean. And if for people who don't live in Mexico, so I mean, come on, guys, come on, guys,
Guys, give me a break, guys.
cut
You
this
know,
shit,
it's
cut
too much
this
drama,
shit.
guys. So every time I see any reports or belts or interviews from Mauricio Sulaiman, like the top right hand corner of the screen, I get the Devin Haney disappointment face, man. He's bad for boxing, like Jed say. He's a disgrace to the sport, in my opinion. But other people have their opinion. I just don't like that this guy's not consistent. He does have biases, and it's clear as day. It's clear to see. And what this franchise stuff has just brought nothing but confusion. I think that he's just done created a lot of these belts just to be able to make more revenue from it and promote his brand. This guy has passed out WBC belts to WBO champs like Jaime Munguia, who had nothing to do with the WBC at the time. But I guess because he's Hispanic, he deserves one of your fancy serpent belts and shit that he made that one time. So it's like, you know, you're just creating a lot of confusion and not enough clarity on what you're trying to do with your organization, sir. You know what I mean? Haplo say the interviewer actually asked him a tough question or two. He was getting mad. Yeah. Get mad.
Stay mad.
Stay mad all you want, man. You know what I mean? But you robbing a certain fighters of opportunities, like Devin Haney when he wanted the Lomachenko fight. He still hasn't got there yet. He wanted the opportunity to prove that he's the best in the WBC, and that was taken from him. You know what I mean? And as you create all this confusion, but like we said a little bit ago, shout out to Canelo for actually getting off that shit and getting back in the real structure how it's been. You got the WBC official belt, not this franchise crap, and that's how you become undisputed. Not taking this franchise status like Tio is doing right now and claiming himself to be undisputed. That ain't it. That ain't it, man.
It's not. And it shouldn't be that way at all, man. It shouldn't be that way at all. And technically, Devin Haney is a free agent now, so I mean, he could get in there and mix it up with just about anybody without being on the other side of the street or any of that other bullshit.
Mhm.
And they just not making anything happen, man. You know what I mean? Bringing up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
didn't want to see Cambosis, but at the same time, I'm like, Teal needs a break. You know what I mean? Give him his money. He probably the least paid out of everybody, or was. And I'm like, why not? And then set something up, seeing how he claiming undisputed. Why not go be undisputed? You know,
Mhm.
I think as soon as he wrote that narrative that Sulaiman gave him and everybody gave him in Top Rank and all the advertising, I think that was the worst move he could have did, man. Because he was shining up to that point, and now I'm like, man, fucking up the game.
Yeah. I'm putting the link also in the description. Once again, shout out to Fight Hype for that interview. And definitely, man, keep cooking. He definitely exposed that motherfucker with that. Zone, what's up?
Yo, what's up, fellas? I was just turning the volume down from the phone. I was listening to you guys, transferring over to the laptop. Y'all cooking good. I'm gonna let him finish his statement because he was in mid sentence. What's your name, brother? Who was just chopping it up?
Who wants a
One,
kid?
two, yeah.
1, 2.
What's
That's
up,
your name.
Zone 6? Yeah.
What's up, fella? Man, go ahead. He cooking good, man. I'm gonna jump in when it's my time. Y'all go ahead. I'm here.
But
Yeah, you here,
I
bro.
was pretty much finished. So yeah, you can knock it. You can start cooking. Zone 6, go ahead.
You man, y'all saying a lot of good stuff, man, and this shit really just getting tiring. And to be honest with you, man, I don't even really fault nobody for their opinions no more at this point because there's no guidelines. I mean, like y'all said, with Suleiman, it's clear that he has a favorite, type of fighter from a certain place. He make accommodations for them all. I think boxing is corrupt. We all know that, but we're hardcore boxing fans, so we love it. You know what I'm saying? We like a minority group. That's why we own this motherfucking internet all the time, talking shit to each other. But it's corrupt, man. And we just do what we do. And I believe that all these fighters, I don't believe it in this until you get caught. But I believe all of them are taking these long layoffs for reasons. I think a lot of them are on steroids and they cycle on and off and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of dirt in the game. And I really think that the government, I hate to say this, but or not the government or some type of company or private company need to be an overseer. It needs some type of authorizing type of body to monitor this stuff. I think everybody should have to do random blood and urine tests because we're talking about legalized assault. So that should be a mando. These belts, I feel like the situation with Tank, I think that belt should not be available. If we already have crowned the undisputed champion, it shouldn't be any other belts that's being distributed out. Like they're just really fucked up. I really feel like that's a fucked up situation because that's really a slap in the face to Josh Taylor because this man bust his ass and grinded. And then people are just throwing this man to the side to like minimize his accomplishments. And we as boxing fans, we like that kind of shit. And we respect Josh Taylor for doing that. But the boxing community and the sanctioning bodies and people promoters like Leonard Ellerby is saying this guy don't bring that to the table. But you didn't say that shit when Floyd fought Marquez and y'all said he got a whole country behind him. Okay, you didn't say that shit when Marcos Maidana wasn't even in your immediate path and you stole the rematch from Adrian Broner. You shouldn't have been even fighting your Marcos Maidana. Let's keep it a buck. That was supposed to be Adrian Broner, Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. Like they supposed to be in the same group. So it's just a lot of shady stuff in boxing, man. And I don't got used to it at this point. I just watch and learn, man.
Yeah, and you know what, Zone 6, I agree with everything you said. We cooked on that. We felt what was it like last year? We talked about that very thing, man. We talked about me, Kong, Black Angel, the whole squad talked about sanctioning sanctioning bodies having, and we talked about it yesterday. Top 10 should be randomly drug tested, what I mean, through VADA. And now with another belt, so now a guy got to work harder and some people can work easier. You added more belts in, they be undisputed. And the fact, and you could blame the fans for eating it. You know what I mean? For eating the shit, because when a guy does reach undisputed and he's getting paid 10 times less than these other motherfuckers who are fighting for regular belts or whatever the fuck it may be. That's a problem. That's a problem because this dude doing it the right way, doing it the hard way, giving you the fights that you want to see, and yet you clamoring to watch this type of shit instead and willing to pay for this, then that's what they're gonna give you. You know what I mean?
You
So
know,
until
okay.
we half accountable too as boxer fans.
Yeah, we just keep eating this shit. Yeah. But yeah, we hooked on the shit. But right, we want the best, but we hooked on the shit.
You know what I think they should do, in my opinion, is just, and you know, we'll probably change it because we keep talking about shit like this. They do listen to YouTube and they do kind of take a lot of our suggestions. But I think that it should be a league minimum. I know this is not a league, but it should be a league minimum, man. Depending on where you at in your career, I think they should establish who is a prospect and what's the line to cross over into contingency. Once you are in contingency, they should put you into a situation where you are a titleist. And then I think after you supersede the titleist thing and you get to like Floyd Mayweather status, Pacquiao status, then I think it should be more of a free market. But when you're a prospect, man, I think these guys should be getting at least a league minimum. You move up to contingency phase, you bust your ass like I think Bruce Ennis is in contingency phase. He should be getting a minimum amount of purse on being on a specific type of cards. And these guys like Bruce, man, they should be co-main events, bro. Like, stop trying to make these guys. I don't like all the pressure on Bruce Ennis to be an overnight sensation. Ortiz to be an overnight sensation. Those guys should be fighting on these co-main event cards, getting maximum exposure leading up into a fight between those two. You know, it's just my opinion. So I think they need to do a pay chart based on your level. And then after that, once you earn a certain threshold or whatever, you know, you can get into the free market range, you know. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Hey man, this the only sport where you can duck the playoffs and get paid more than the world champion.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Oh, shit, man. Shout out to everybody catching the playback. Marvin says exactly. They got to spend some time as contenders. That's crazy how he was talking about. Yeah, he's growing, and he's developing, and it's crazy, man. Talking about a process that somebody got to go through.
But hey, what type of process did Haney have to go through when they snatched the title from him? You know what I mean? When he hurt his shoulder.
See?
They just boom. Nah, we got you. You know, Dylan White, boom. Nah, yeah, you know, he was suspended. Hey, but what about this chick right here? Oh well, she didn't kill nobody.
Yep.
Like,
you see how you got defensive with that?
yeah, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think
section coming in.
They need to man, it's a lot that they can do to make boxing like top level sport again, you know, the sport again. They just don't want to do it. We already know the fights. They got us on here arguing about who ducking and looking at resumes intently and trying to figure out, gotcha, he ducked him. Man, that shit getting old, man. These guys just got to fight. Like, we shouldn't be having an argument, millions and millions of views on us arguing and debating about who ducked who between Andrade and Charlo when them two supposed to get in the ring. Let's just be honest. If these two guys know how to fight, man, they know how to make a fight. This is what they do all day, every day. You sitting there with a belt at 160, you sitting there at the belt with 160. Why are we talking about somebody at 168 or anybody at 154?
Yeah, we should be talking about how the fight should be going down and the results of the shit.
Right. You know, getting our predictions, man. And I just think they need to put these guys in a position, man. Like, you know, again, prospect, contender, you know, title holder, and you got to have certain obligations. And I think that they also need to start consolidating the contenders. Like, I'm a big fan of having an undisputed number one contender as well, too, to get those guys some work, because I don't like the belt holders having to, like, be obligated to fight all these random mandatories. Tell the guys, like, get together with the IBF, the WBO, get the silver, the WBA regular, the WBO intercontinental, all your little secondary titles, and put those on the line and have those guys fight for a real eliminator. You can get 4 more fighters out of that. Like if it's Bruce Ennis, Ortiz, and let's say Kovalevskis again, and throw Thurman in the tournament or whoever, all 4 of those guys, Ugas, all 4 of those guys be fighting at that level while co-maining a Pacquiao and a Spence or Terrence Crawford in his next fight. So we get a true number 1 contender. That way we don't have to argue about who's the number 1 mandatory, because that shit's because dudes be jumping up like it's too random. It's like, the WBA is lame because you got the Intercontinental belt, then you get the regular belt, then the super champion is now obligated to fight mandatories. Then the IBF is the strictest one, but if you don't do what they say exactly, then they might strip you. So it's crazy, man. They need to consolidate their number 1 contender spot as well.
That's an interesting perspective, man. I kind of like that shit for real.
And you're giving the people that are lined up to fight an opportunity, and they also get like they got there's gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what I mean?
Zone, we got a little bit of static and echo from your side.
But there's like it's they got a chance. They know that there's something at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get that gold when they get there. So they're gonna put in that work. It's gonna show. It's gonna shine, and they're gonna get to where they gotta be, and they're gonna do it the right way, and know that it's all gonna pay off. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think that's the route to go, the tournament way. Yeah.
Because it's like the champs can worry about the champs, the contenders can worry about fighting each other to become the number 1 official contender, like Zone was saying, and then by that time, shit, when all the belts is in, unified, that contender will be ready to be right there in line.
And look, imagine if you do that. I'm clear now, or is some static?
You better now. I don't hear the echo or nothing.
Move that phone away. Is the you know how it go with all these devices. Anyway, if you do that, think about it. If we take the top 5, which would really be a top 20, let's be honest, because you're gonna have, let's say you got the 4 guys. You got the WBA number 1 ranked guy across the board. All 4 of those guys should be fighting to consolidate a number 1 contender spot. You'll have the champions consolidate. The next group of guys that are hot, should be doing that. That way you really keep all them guys employed, because if you got a tournament pretty much going around from 1 through 10, man, you talking about over goddamn 40, 50 boxers. We really have a fucking dope ass top 50. Because even at that 10th level, right, we're gonna want to see who be the best out of that to move up to 9. Then we're gonna want to see 9 and 7 fight, and you'll really get to see who comb up through the ranks. That'll be just great. And those fights will all be huge. All 50 of them.
Hey,
fire, bro.
Hey, I have a question. Black, why haven't you touched on the fact that Nonito has recanceled the fight?
He recanceled it?
Yeah.
Well, then my video stands then, shit. Because I said it was canceled.
That man stated that because of the drug testing, and it's only because it's kind of weird because he's like, because the guy disrespected his wife or some shit, and also because the guy only started paperwork for VADA after they complained. I'm like, well, if a man disrespects your wife, isn't that reason enough to punch him in the eye? Isn't that what Mayorga did to
maybe
Shane
this is
Mosley's
just
wife or some shit? It's like, nah, man.
Ricardo did it to everybody, damn near.
Yeah, but if a man disrespects your wife, you should punch him in the eye. I mean, that's not. But something's off about this. And I think personally, he was offered something else to fight, and I don't know. He
was talking about that a lot when they did the live stream.
That could be. Also, it could be how much time this dude got to it. I mean, now that he's enrolled in VADA, like, could he have time to cycle off some shit last minute?
He already cycled off. He probably ready to get in VADA now.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean.
That's probably why he delayed on signing the shit.
Right, but that point right there is saying he's still gonna have the benefits of that shit.
Exactly.
So that
But
could be the reason he don't want to fight either.
it
So
could be a lot
it
of
could go
Hey,
factors
both
because of
ways.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, also before I go, because I'm gonna get off. Is Chris Colbert now a coon also because he said Wilder is a sucker, and we we want to know, is Chris Colbert now a coon that needs to be canceled and slapped?
I don't know, man.
He
I
didn't really go real coonish. You know what I'm saying? He stated an unpopular opinion though. I'm not gonna throw the man all on that, but I am looking at him a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to have a critique, but respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Be kind of respectful. You know what I'm saying? I felt like he was a little.
yeah. He ain't got to call Wilder
You
no
know, I think he
sucker,
was.
even
It
if he.
just felt like it felt real clouty. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just trying to
Oh,
get some
okay.
clout. It didn't feel as natural as him talking shit to a lot of other people. It just felt forced. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it's like we the only people that do that type shit though. I'm gonna just be honest. Um, you ask Robert Garcia if a Mexican fighter is gonna lose to any other fighter, he gonna tell you hell no. Even if he know in his heart of hearts that fighter ain't shit and that fighter is not gonna beat that fighter. You know what I'm saying? Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. with his weak ass, you know what I mean? He knew for damn certain he wasn't gonna beat Danny Jacobs, but he still picked Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You know what I mean? I mean, we the only people that do this type of shit where, you know, we down each other, talk shit about each other. You know, we don't never stand with each other, man. And you know, it's really sad. You know,
Well,
it's
people got
really
to stand
sad.
on it. A boxing section. People got to stand on integrity. Some people say, "Oh, you don't stand with your people," but if your people ain't standing on integrity, I'm not standing with them. You feel me? Like that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't just
Yeah, no,
stand
listen,
because it's just me saying shit.
listen.
Go ahead.
There's a way to say uh, that Fury is better than Wilder if you believe that. It's a way to say that and and still be respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
The
yeah, yeah, yeah,
all the
yeah.
extra shit
I'm
I
not
just
talking
did.
about Chris
Well, you
Colbert
know
being
what?
respected. Like
Well,
Chris
you
shouldn't have even said sucker because he too young anyway to be talking to a nigga like that. Like, come on, man.
yeah. But
He
you
ain't
know
got to
why that
call Wilder a
happened though?
sucker.
You know why that happened? And you got a good conscious point. But when it comes to our people too, we are we hate criticism. Like it don't matter how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Black folks, that's what we talking about. We gonna act a fool. See, when they shit on, let's say they people critique, they people. They sit down, shut up, and they do what the fuck they supposed to do per the culture, right? On the other hand, we the culture tell you sit down, be quiet, shut up, and we got to stun on the motherfucker. It's fuck everybody. It me against the world. Not saying those are bad thing, but we show out because really Deontay Wilder, he's advocating a lot of this shit too. Like the stuff that he doing is like it's petty too. Like he's trying to like nigga box, bro. You got a big fight coming up. We don't have time for this shit. He going back and forth too. Like I'm gonna wear some headphones. Come on, let's be honest. This shit going back and forth. He doing stupid shit because I want to see a professional press conference. No cap, because I love boxing. That shit is history. So these press conferences play a role in the build up in the understanding of the fight. This nigga in here with headphones because he mad, because he got a fucking attitude, because everybody messing with him. See that shit right there? That's why niggas get crunk and be like, you a sucker. You're not earning no respect as well. That shit go both ways, bro. These niggas got respect the fans too. And Colbert, he's a boxer. So when Deontay Wilder, this big 6'7" guy who's supposed to be the heavyweight man, the most prestigious kind of athlete in the world, let's be honest, the heavyweight champion, and you acting like you acting like the fans. It go both ways. They acting petty, you acting petty. That's straight.
Real talk.
It go both ways. It go both ways, bro.
Yeah, man. But let me see what they talking about. Somebody said they ain't bringing up Taylor Ramirez did 1.6 million views on ESPN. Congratulations to them. I mean, all eyes should be on Undisputed, no matter what division. Colbert, 24 years old. He can't be canceled. Let's see if I missed anything.
Yeah, my bad, man. I had a bad connection and shit.
You good?
But if you want to hear from Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the black YouTube content creators. You know what I'm saying? Although he gave Selly setback an interview, but you know what I'm saying, it's a little different. But
How's it different, man?
no, when I said black content creators, that's what I was saying. This is what I will say, man. Fuck ESPN. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know,
wow.
We cover this media shit every day, man. We spend our own money to do this shit. You know what I mean? And for them to disrespect the YouTube community, whether you LDBC, UGC, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Who disrespected the YouTube community, bro?
Oh man, Joe Jessator.
Who was that?
You know he's the host of you know where they do the fights.
He be commentating, man.
He like Brian Custer
and shit.
He like Brian Custer, but hell no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what that supposed to mean? Just because he said something about YouTube, niggas, we supposed to say fuck all ESPN?
No, I'm just saying, like,
Right.
go back and watch it. Go back and watch it.
Nah, but this is a perfect example. Remember how you said, see how you talking? Then how we talk all the time when we disagree with something. So see how you saying that about ESPN? Now if they say something back to you, or like what Black is saying now, like why would we do that? See, then you gonna get mad. See, that's an example. Go ahead though, keep cooking, but that's what I'm saying. See how it start. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but all right, but let me tell you though. See, I don't know if y'all heard it or not. Did y'all hear it? What he said or not?
No, I didn't hear what he said, but I'm just like,
Okay.
if that's just one person, why we gotta throw all ESPN under the bus? Like,
No, because they allowed it to go down. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying.
No, we just need
that's how they.
cut him off.
He ain't. What I'm saying is, he not the only one that said that kind of shit before. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't the only one that said that type of shit before. So
okay, so what you saying? Do okay? Cool. Okay, let's ride with that. Shit, fuck ESPN. We done. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, what's next?
What's next?
The next move is.
Yeah, what's next? Okay, fuck ESPN. No. I'm gonna start agreeing with y'all. Cause I figured something out. You right. Fucking let's do it. Fuck that nigga. Fuck ESPN. Now what's the next move?
Well, the next move is to keep creating content. That's the next move. And saying fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
What specifically did he say about content creators, though?
Oh, because Fred got the interview with Deontay Wilder, right? You know, he didn't want to. You know, he didn't talk to none of the old media and shit. So he talked to Fred. So they was mad that he didn't talk to old media, and he was like, hold on.
Yeah, cuz just told me something that we already gonna do regardless. Like we clearly didn't even know about this incident, and we over here talking about boxing. We don't give a fuck about that. So I'm trying to figure out what would be next. Because
I told you what's next, nigga. We'll keep creating content. That's what's next. But what I'm saying is,
that's a given. Yeah, that's a given.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm laughing. We know we gonna do that shit. We doing that. So we asking you, if we saying fuck all that, what's next though? What's the alternative?
Does that mean we don't do content related to ESPN? Like if it's a Shakur Stevenson fight, do we not cover it, fam, or what? Because you said fuck ESPN, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you can cover it.
What about when Bud Crawford come back? I can't cover him either.
No, you can cover him. You know what I mean?
All right, I want to make sure I'm still good with you because you said we said fuck ESPN.
I'm not a part of this council culture.
All
shit.
right, I just want to see how far fuck ESPN goes. My bad.
Listen, niggas can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I'm saying, I ain't really fucking with them. Like as far as like, I'll watch the fight and cover the fight just because I love boxing. But as far as like going out my way to support the fight, like to go unless it's a fighter that I really fuck with, I'm not flying out to their fight to cover it. You get what I'm saying? So that's my stance. Cause I go to fight. So if it ain't Steven Nelson, I ain't fucking with it.
Right.
You choppy now, Zone. Choppy, man.
Is that me or somebody else?
That's Zone.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I'm just not gonna cover. I'm not gonna spend my money to go to an ESPN fight to cover that shit. Because everything I do is out of my own pocket. So I'm not gonna go and support some niggas that disrespect me. But I will cover a fight, unless it's Steven Nelson. That's my dog. So I'm gonna spend my money to go see him.
I want to hear exactly what he said. If he said like "fuck them YouTube niggas," then I'd be like,
okay.
In a way, hey, listen.
I flame anybody. I flame anybody to do some shit wrong, and I don't care if they look like me, don't look like me. I mean, because if something happened and somebody down, and I see them getting, it's unjustifiable, I'm gonna stand up and be like, yo, man, what about that dude? That's how I get down. Because if I got down any other way, that'd be flat out racist. You know what I mean? If I stepped over a man that got hit by a car because he ain't look like me, I'd be a motherfucking racist. So I'm not riding with this shit right here. This shit. And why don't you just flame the dude? Oh, because it was on the network. I hear plenty of shit on networks. I flame the motherfucker and move on. I don't knock a whole network, a whole fucking race, a whole shit because one motherfucker out of pocket.
But he ain't
I flame that motherfucker individually. Wow. And if it's a live event, of course it's gonna be replayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, so that the way you explain it is exactly. Y'all hear me now?
It's still choppy though, fam.
All right, let me get on out here. Let me see. All right.
Well, see, this is the thing though. That's not
come back on.
That ain't the first. That ain't the first time that happened. That ain't the first time they said some shit about black.
You saying they, but like you got to deal with the individual.
Yeah, but it ain't. See, but if it happened
now,
more,
if they co-signing like, yeah, you right, man, fuck them YouTube niggas, then they involved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. If it ain't, if you would have heard how, so basically it was the Wilder Fury shit, right? And Deontay Wilder didn't
the sound check.
Oh, you good now?
Okay, gotcha.
Thank God.
Deontay Wilder he interviewed with black media content creators, right? They never say shit when he go with Michael Carpenter, do an interview with him, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So basically, he said he did an interview with some YouTubers, some stay on the couch commentators, some shit like that. Damn. Like basically saying like we ain't shit. We just YouTubers. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it's directed at the individual who got the interview, like the dude who actually be on the couch doing shit.
Yeah, but that ain't
channel. Like,
but
that don't mean specifically. Well, whatever the case, like it might be a shot.
Black, you know, you guys know the one guy there that does the articles all the time, the real chubby fat dude.
You're talking about Raphael?
Yeah, when he flamed the YouTube community, and then people found out that's where he was getting his content from for his article. So you know what I mean? So he all over us. Oh yeah, YouTube, yeah, blah 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 blah. Because he retracted his shit and he felt the funk. So that's what you got to do. You got to put this guy on smash. And you know what I mean? When we see the articles of what everything that they saying and shit, then yeah, because we do contribute as boxing fans to keeping this sport alive. That's the only reason I started my channel. IOTBA introduced me to black. You know what I mean? And I restarted my channel and got back on it because I didn't hear people talking like these guys is talking, because that's what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, yeah, we got to get this going, because I'm like, yo, it's going to shit. I was almost done with boxing. And then I'm like, yo, yeah, shit, man. So black got me, black and IOTBA motivated me to get back into this shit. And now I've been flaming ever since. Everybody hates me. You know what I'm saying? I got
It's
motherfuckers
me
low
again,
key,
man.
yeah, low key doing all types of dirty shit. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna stop doing that. That's why I got the Truth Hurts crew. That's why I roll with the UGC. You know what I mean? The underground community. Because we can get here, chop it up. Everybody's got an opinion. I can't knock your opinion. I can just tell you how I get down. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. If that's how you feel about it, hey man, God bless you. You know what I mean? But me, I feel a little different about the whole situation.
So, do you go to fights?
Yes, I do.
So you spend your hard-earned money to go to these fights, right?
They damn right.
All right. So that's my point. We spend up. See, we don't have no budget. You know what I'm saying? We don't get free flights. We don't get free hotel rooms. You know what I'm saying? We don't. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fly to these places. We gotta buy these tickets. You did what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
We feel you, bro. We
and,
understand where you coming from.
and let me tell you all this, man. Uh, you know how hard it is for us. Like when I say us, I mean, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube. I'm mostly talking about the black folks because it's so hard for us to get a press pass, bro. We gotta jump through a million hoops to even get a press pass. So, you know, for them to put up like, and that's why, because it's gonna be even harder now because that's something that he said. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna spend my money on it.
Okay.
Hey man, I don't see this dude stopping shit. Whoever he is, bro. I'm telling you, man. One couple of videos flaming his ass, man, he don't want us to get on him. So he can say whatever he want about the YouTube, but the YouTube will light his ass up out here, like on some real shit. He might want to just stick to commentating and doing interviewing and shit. You know what I mean? Just keep your thoughts off, keep your opinions on YouTube. Like just keep that to yourself, man. Cause he really don't want to work like that. But you know, he probably just bitter that he couldn't get an exclusive with Deontay Wilder, and Wilder decided to be biased to, you know, just the black channels if he wanted to do that. That's Wilder's choice, and Wilder's actions are making it a racial thing to a certain extent. He's making it uncomfortable, creating tension between other platforms because he chooses to put headphones on and close off and not want to be open because he like Zone was talking about, he got an attitude problem right now. So that's just what it is. So it's creating a whole lot of reactions from other people. They saying shit that they probably shouldn't say, especially about the YouTube. That's a no-go. You feel me? But it is what it is. But it does. I see where the root of it, where it's coming from. But all I really give a fuck about is the fight. I don't give a fuck about that dude opinion about YouTube. He ain't moving shit over here. You know what I mean? That dude ain't gonna stop nothing. You know, if you're trying to get there and make it happen, boxing section. So keep doing your thing. Don't get distracted by nobody's lame ass opinions out here, because I don't see how that's even relevant.
Yeah, me neither. Because we didn't even know who he was talking about.
I was like, who?
Yeah.
Oh, everything. I was like, okay, yeah, I
And
guess it's a problem.
maybe he just clout chasing, you know, just to have his little moment and to bring that sensationalism to it. And as for people out there representing people that look like them, hey man, shout out to you. Good for you, man. You know, knowledge itself is a good thing, and trying to bring up your people is fantastic. You know what I mean? But me, I'm a fight fan, man. I enjoy watching the fights, and I kind of put that ahead of everything else when it comes to this. But when motherfuckers is getting like shitted on, I'm like, nah, man. There's a fucking process there for when you got guys like Sulaiman saying that there's a process when it's convenient. I'm talking about the real process. There's a process to get to certain things. And I think Zone 6 was chopping it up, dropping flames when he was talking about putting in the tournaments and making that shit
That
work,
shit was fire,
because
bro.
that is what it's about. And it don't matter what, to me, it don't matter what these folks is looking like. As long as they getting in there and they doing what they got to do, man, shit, I'll give them all the props in the world for putting on a good show for me and my home as a
Right.
boxing fan. So shout out to them. You know what I mean? And I hope they get that perfect opportunity. And I hope it's just as easy for them as it is for everybody else.
Yep. So I want Mauricio to actually back up what he said, because you know, it was bothering me that he was talking about the Juneteenth and how he created the Freedom Belt and how about equality for all humans and stuff, right? But then you see how Fight Hype was pressing him, and they was asking about what about the equality with the Dylan White and then Alejandro situation. You know what I mean? What about the equality of certain guys not getting their opportunities when they wanted to get an opportunity? So, you know, you want to create belts for equality and all that shit, but have equality in your own sanctioning body, man. Give people a fair process to become the top dog in your sanctioning body, man.
Yeah, but
But
that goes without saying. It's kind of like we can hear what you're saying, you doing it this way, but your actions telling us everything.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Your actions is telling us everything. We see how uncomfortable and how squirmy and cringy you get when you hit with the tough question. We see exactly where you're going with that shit. So we know what that's about. And it's like, I don't have a problem chopping it up and exposing that shit. Hell yeah. That shit's wrong. You know what I mean? But for me, it goes always. So, you know what I mean? I'm looking at everybody like that. Like, yo, you want some big champ shit? You a man, you trying to get it this way? That's what you do. Yeah. Big champ shit. I don't care shit. Muhammad Ali is one of the top people that I look up to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To do what he did in the time that he did it is to even compare these motherfuckers that compare themselves, Tyson Fury,
Yeah,
fucking
it's
Deontay Wilder, man. It's like, shut up. You don't even know
Real
what you're
talk.
talking about, man. Like, you have no idea. You couldn't
Right.
even survive then. What are you talking about? Like, these motherfuckers was, man, that dude, he's the reason why people was getting certain opportunities today. And to compare
Real talk.
yourself to that man, it's like, yo, man, what you need to do is be praising that man because that man opened up opportunities and put his ass on the line to do so. I mean,
Yeah.
should it have been that way? Hell no. But he did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him.
Cooking, bro. Real talk. That's what made me hot, bro. When they started comparing themselves to Ali, like, look, man, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. That man
Gypsy
represented.
King bullshit. Yeah.
He represented more than somebody just calling themselves a king and having money in their bank account. It was
Yeah.
way deeper than that, man. And these dudes is too shallow nowadays to understand that shit. All they see is somebody look icy with a choker chain, got a bunch of money in acres, and call himself a king, and then y'all with it. Y'all with the shit.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother era, a whole different type of king. And I don't even think he even referred to himself like that, you know.
He
You know,
told dude too. He said, yo, you ain't gonna call me by my name. Why can't you just take the sports route? You making it real hard on yourself now. I'm like, that's big champ shit right there. You know,
Yeah.
to me, that's big champ shit because he was willing to go a different route. And that tells you right there that he wasn't always turning it up when he could have. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to Muhammad Ali, man.
Yep.
R.I.P. Ali.
That's the real one, man. That's the realest greatest of all time, in my opinion. I mean, overall, you know, in every aspect. You know what I mean? True champion, take a loss and bounce back. You know what I mean? You're talking about, I don't know how much with the Foreman fight. I don't know how outweighed he was versus Foreman. Foreman was like a motherfucking kind of remind me like the Wilder shit, you know, try to be the most intimidating force and shit. And then you got a
Handled that
guy who
shit like a dog too. Cool, calm, collective. Looked at Don King like, I know you got him picked. I know you got him picked. But
I know
guess
you
what?
got him.
All y'all, and you know what? But when he went to Africa, all of them knew. They knew, they felt him. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. And I think Mike said it best. You know what I mean? He said a true champion is taken in by their people. You know what I mean? They taken in. You know what I mean? They don't have to walk around with bodyguards and be scared of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they need that inspiration.
Right. But well, great live stream. Good morning to everybody once again. It's only 8:53 a.m. Central Time where I'm at. So shout out to ones catching the playback. We did this on the early. We had Zone 6 come through. D Hodges. He been in the background. Shit. 1-2 Kid been cooking. He in the background right now though, believe it or not. It's all good. I was gonna let him say something. We got AOBs in the chat. Wilder can't lace one Ali sock, much less a shoe, bro. He fought another champ and got his belt took. Right. So he was making the point that he said, I mean, if Loma the champ didn't want to fight his man though, he get his belt took. I'm like, yeah, that's how that goes. If you don't want to fight your mandatory, you get stripped, man. So you can say you got upgraded to a franchise, but you just got stripped. So that's just how that went. That's just how that went. Shout out to Mauricio, man, for giving us some great content today. And big shout out to Fighthype. You know what I mean? For that. Keep applying that pressure, man. Because we need to get some more clarity and some organization in the sport. And in that particular sanctioning body, the one that y'all say is the most prestigious. So when you hold yourself to that high regard, man, you got to get this flame when this shit is like, when it's confusion like this. And yet to this day, it's 2021 and we don't even understand fully what this man Mauricio is trying to do.
And it's funny too, because don't be a meat shield for the WBC when it's convenient.
Right.
Flame that shit all the way. Because I'm a T.O. fan. I enjoy watching T.O. fight, and I ain't never called him undisputed. Right. Never. Because there's rules and regulations, like he said, Mauricio said, there's a process. But I guess that process don't apply to certain fighters and certain organizations. And that's where the confusion comes in.
And then the confusion too is like you basically admitted there's two different paths in the WBC that you become undisputed. You can have the franchise and become undisputed, or you can have the actual WBC belt.
Now, did Canelo drop the WBC franchise?
I mean, that's what he asked him. He said he's not even using this franchise. He was franchised at 160, but then he counted them and said it allows you to move up and challenge the champion in the WBC. So it's just like he fought for the vacant belt. Remember at 68?
But that doesn't apply to 135. That doesn't make sense because you see Canelo going for the WBC.
Yeah.
But yet
T.O. supposed to be going after Haney.
Right. He should be going after Haney. And
that's what it's supposed to be like. Yeah.
Lomachenko, I think he deserves a rematch, but at the same time, it's like, why can't this come about so that he can clear up undisputed? Because he said he was moving to 140 anyway. He could clear up the undisputed and make that comment undisputed, and then move up to 140, which he said he'd been doing because he's not gonna stick around at 140, you know. And it just kind of sucks, man. It just kind of sucks. It sucks for everybody, and that's the type of confusion that causes all the fight fans to go nuts on each other because of guys like Mauricio Sulaiman.
It'd be some clown shit, man. You know. And to Mauricio, man, don't get all upset and defensive, man. We just really want to get clarity on this. This has have nothing to do with being racist or none of that, man. We just want to understand what you're trying to do, and are you actually being fair when it comes to certain situations? Because, man, Fighthype, and what's the dude name, man? I feel bad not even knowing his name. He did some good ass work for Fighthype. What's the guy that if y'all know in the live chat, let us know, man. I want to give him his credit.
Well, yeah, I would like to give that man his credit too. I think Marcus Laura said champions been avoiding other champions for the longest. That's true. It's trash, but shit's been happening. That's a fact. But you know what? With shit like this, it's giving them a wider path. It's an easier path to do that shit.
That is a fact.
You know what I mean? So you got to flame that. You can't just say, oh, well, you know, it's just the way of the world. Because how the fuck you going to keep shit in order if that's what you say all the time? How does anyone what are we going to do as one individual or two people to change this? It all starts with a few. Every idea starts with one motherfucker. That's how ideas come about. And then people collaborate and they make shit work, and then they push the shit and say, yo, nah, we're going to stand up for this, and this is what it is. And that's basically what we do.
Mm-hmm. Marcus Laura said he made accommodation for Wilder for 3 years. I agree with you. So I question corruption. Like, can he be bought? Because why didn't you enforce the number one contender to face Deontay Wilder? Like, why that didn't? So certain situations, man, that we can question him about. You know, Nestor Gibbs, the Fighthype. Oh, Nestor Gibbs. Well, yeah, shout out to Nestor Gibbs, man. That was a fire interview, bro. But you know what? You did exactly what he asked for. You said, ask me anything. Okay, sir, we got you. And you did that. You went in on the Devin Haney situation, the Canelo Alvarez situation. You addressed Undisputed. You what else did he go into? Oh, the Alejandro, the PED situation with the Dillian White,
He was
all
on
that.
fire, man. He was
You
on
went
fire.
in, bruh. And that's type, right? One, two, kid, we've talked about that already, like in the past. And the mere fact that he brought that up, I was like, oh shit.
Yo, and I'm saying though, but they kept coming. It wasn't like slip one in, which would have still been cool. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker went all the way in. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
it
He
was
was half
flurry of
top
punches.
walking in. Yeah, this was like, just turn the camera around. Stop talking to me.
He walked Mauricio down, man. He walked him into the corner, bro.
Go get a YouTube channel promotions.
They threw the towel in. Mauricio threw the towel in. Like, man, you know what? Just turn the camera around. You do it. He made that man upset. I think dude is corrupt as fuck, and I would take money and will take money from anyone. It's not necessarily about race. So yeah, it's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's biased in certain situations to his own, even, but they gotta have that money. He can't be a broke Mexican. He'd be like, whatever, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he just, I think he can be bought. These jokers protecting heavyweights, Sully Wilder. So we gonna end it. Shout out to the big homie 1-2 Kid, as always, come through and showing support. I just wanted to cook on this one real quick, man, because I woke up early, made some coffee, and I said, what the fuck is this? How
Yeah,
did I
you
miss
saved me
this? from
going live. I was just about to go live, and I was like,
word.
"Oh, Black is cooking," and I'm like, "Well, there go my content," because I know he gonna say something that's gonna get me wound up, and I don't want to be regurgitating this shit all over again. So,
Man, I didn't
but I was
intend to
like,
go
"Fuck that."
live, but I
It's
had to
the
go.
same. It's the same. As long as the message getting out, I don't really care.
Yeah, you cooked though. Iron Cone said that wasn't Ness doing that Fight Hype interview. Well, who was it then? Somebody said it was Nestor Gibbs. So I don't know. Well, whoever it was, man, credit to you. I'm gonna put that link again in the live chat. It's also in the description. Check out the whole interview. Epic. It's great content, man. It's entertaining. So it's not just like you getting information. It's very entertaining. It's funny. You really get to see the true colors of Mauricio. We see the true colors of Canelo and Mauricio this year, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
Classic.
yeah, that dude stumbling.
You're a horrible interviewer. Horrible.
You're never gonna get an interview again.
You're never get the interview again, man. That is hilarious, bro. Red glove on the way out said hashtag fuck all Mauricio. Hey, we out, man. Shout out to the whole UGC, the True Purse crew, underground community, man. We out of here. Peace.